Did you ever wonder how I named my game Atlas Oceanus? Well, at the inception of the idea, when it was just about cleaning up the ocean, I came up with a list of these names, with coral cleanup being suggested to me by a friend. But I didn't really like any of the names, so I decided to develop the idea more in the hope that the name would come naturally over time. And by the time I finally decided to choose a name, none of them really fit the game well anymore, as I had decided to include a variety of mysteries for the player to find and solve whilst they clean the ocean, the main one being trying to find Atlantis. And that's when it hit me. Instead of naming it myself, I should call the game what the Atlanteans would call the ocean. So I decided to look into what ancient civilizations would call the Atlantic Ocean. As I was already going to base the Atlantean architecture mainly on ancient Aztec and Mayan architecture, I went over to the other side of the ocean to ancient Rome and ancient Greece. Now, nothing really struck out at me from ancient Rome. However, ancient Greece would call it Atlantikos Pelagos, along with a few other variations, which translated to Sea of Atlas. It was called that as they believed Atlas, the titan who holds up the heavens, lived on the other side of the Atlantic. Now, Sea of Atlas sounds and works well for my game. However, it sounds a little too close to Sea of Thieves, and I wouldn't want people to get confused and start thinking that my game is similar to Sea of Thieves. So, I went back to Greek mythology looking for anything else that could work, and that's when I came across Oceanus, the titan god of the great earth-encircling river Oceanus. In early mythology, it was depicted as a river around the world as they believed the world to be flat. From this, I combined Atlas and Oceanus into Atlas Oceanus, as I thought that both of these names would fit well for what the Atlanteans would call the ocean, as they would have believed that the Atlas Ocean, as they would call it, is a never-ending ocean that encircles the Earth. And that's how I came up with the name Atlas Oceanus for my game. Links to all the sources are in the description and pinned comment, and check out my first devlog on my channel if you would like to see the development progress of Atlas Oceanus. And before you go,